Today, we are climbing into the driver's seat of a true industrial workhorse. We're going to demystify all the controls on a diesel forklift. So let's get right into it.
If you've ever seen one of these machines gliding around a warehouse or a construction site and just thought, how does that even work? Well, you've come to exactly the right place. Think of this as your virtual first lesson on all the levers, pedals, and wheels that really get the job done.
Before we even think about moving an inch, we got to talk about safety. A skilled operator is a safe operator, and that always begins with a thorough inspection. Now, this isn't just a friendly suggestion. It's the foundation of every single task you're going to perform.
This checklist covers all the essentials. First up, you just do a walk-around. Look for any obvious damage, especially to the forks and tires. Next, you check the machine's lifeblood, the hydraulics and the powertrain fluids, to make sure everything's topped off and healthy. And this is so important. You test both the foot and the parking brakes before you actually need them. Finally, a quick glance at the gauges, make sure the forklift isn't already trying to tell you something is wrong. All right, our checks are done. Let's get this machine moving. We're going to start with the controls that might feel a little familiar, but trust me, they come with a very important twist. At first glance, you see a steering wheel and you think, okay, I know how this works. But its function is fundamentally different from a car. And this is a huge deal for new operators. See, unlike your car, a forklift steers with its rear wheels.
So what does that actually mean in practice? Well, when you turn the wheel in a car, the front of the car just follows along. But on a forklift, when you turn, the front end kind of pivots in place and the rear end swings way out. It's designed this way for incredible maneuverability, letting it pivot precisely into tight spaces. But it feels totally counterintuitive, and it's why you have to be so incredibly careful in narrow aisles.
So the crucial takeaway here is this. You have to be constantly aware of that rear end swing. That means you always turn slowly and smoothly, especially when you're carrying a load that can mess with your stability. Your eyes need to be checking where the back of your machine is going, not just the front.
Now, the accelerator and brake pedals, they look familiar, but boy, they demand respect. Smoothness is everything with the accelerator to avoid any sudden jolts. And with the brake, you have to remember you're stopping several tons of steel, way more than a car. That means you've got to anticipate your stops and start braking much earlier.
And this right here is a golden rule. Whether you're using a lever or a pedal to go from forward to reverse, you must come to a complete stop before you switch. If you try to shift while you're still moving, you're putting a ton of strain on the transmission, and you could easily lose control. Just don't do it.
Okay, so we can drive, we can turn, we can stop. Now for the part that actually makes a forklift, lifting and moving the load. This is all about those hydraulic levers.
The first and probably most used lever is the lift control. It's super simple. Pull back towards you, the forks go up, push forward away from you, and they come down. The key here, like with everything else, is to be smooth. Jerky movements can totally destabilize the load or even the whole machine.
Right next to it, you'll find the tilt control lever. This one angles the entire vertical assembly, we call that the mast, forward and back. You tilt the mast backward to kind of cradle the load and keep it secure while you're driving. Then, when you're ready to place it, you tilt forward to set it down nice and flat. This is your main tool for stability.
This brings us to some rules that are absolutely non-negotiable. A low center of gravity is your best friend, so you always travel with your load tilted back and just a few inches off the ground. And here's the most critical rule of all. Never, ever tilt a raised load forward. That is the fastest way to tip the entire machine over.
Being a great operator isn't just about moving levers and pedals. It's about having total situational awareness, using all the tools that help you see, hear, and communicate with everything and everyone around you. Your horn is not an emergency button. It's your voice. You use it proactively to announce your presence. Coming up to a blind corner, sound the horn. Entering an aisle, sound the horn. It lets everyone know you're there before they even see you. And while you're looking out, don't forget to look down. The dashboard is basically the forklift's way of talking to you. It's telling you its fuel level, its temperature, its oil pressure. A warning light is a signal to stop immediately and figure out what's going on. And speaking of the machine's health, here's a pretty cool detail about its engine. Under normal conditions, a diesel forklift is crazy efficient, using less than 1/10 of a gallon of fuel per hour. It's just a perfect example of an engine that's designed for one specific, powerful job.
So we've covered all the individual controls, but real mastery comes from combining them into one fluid sequence of actions. Knowing what the levers do, that's knowledge, but using them together seamlessly, that's skill.
Let's just walk through a simple lift. It all starts with a slow, careful approach, using your steering and your accelerator to line up those forks perfectly with the pallet openings.
Once the forks are lined up, you drive forward until they're all the way in. Then, a smooth pull on that lift lever raises the load just enough to clear the ground.
And the final, critical step before you move is to pull that tilt lever back. This leans the mass towards you, securing the load against the backrest for a stable, safe trip. You see? Each control used in just the right order for a perfect result.
And this perfectly illustrates the main takeaway here. You can memorize every control we've talked about today in just a few minutes, but applying them with good judgment, assessing the weight of a load, the tightness of a turn, the condition of the floor, that is what separates a good operator from a true expert.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you understand the steering, the brakes, and the hydraulics, what is the single most important action you have to take before you even turn the key? That's right, it's that pre-operation checklist, because safety always comes first.